We are going to talk about a course that has been made online as a pilot initiative on e-learning portfolios. Can we move to the next slide? Okay, Beyond Learning Asia is an education movement for 21st century education. We are both representing our own respective educational institutions, but we are doing this also as part of our own movement to make learning more enjoyable. Okay, e-portfolio. How many of you have used e-portfolios? It's not new. Good. And I have been learning and I have been teaching for the last 30 years, but I myself have not asked students to do an e-portfolio. It seems like a lot of work. It seems like not many people will do it. But when I saw what Qash did with her own course and also going into her own research on e-portfolios, I see the value in it. And I thought maybe this is the time when we can see whether e-portfolio could make a difference. For example, deep learning and so on. Yeah? Can you move on? Next. Next. Okay. Basically, as I said, I've been teaching for the last 30 years in various universities, public university, at a medical university, an open and distance learning university, and now a brand new university in Jakarta. And I can see how e-portfolios can make a big difference to a student and also to the professor. Yeah, I see that a lot of people are talking about MOOCs in this forum. When I was first approached to do a MOOC by none other than George Siemens, he's one of the originators, yeah, of MOOC in Canada, the original MOOCs, or the C-MOOCs as they call it. I've seen that if a person had taken several MOOCs and put it in an e-portfolio, it would add to their learning journey accomplishments. It's just one example. Next. Just my involvement in recent years, again with open learning, or OERs. If the students were to do their own, or if students were to use OERs, they could easily include this as part of their e-portfolio. Next. And that eMundus was just some links for you to go into to see what has been available in both Asia and the rest of the world. Qash is basically an interesting person to me because she didn't come from the normal pathway. She comes from the creative industry. She writes music, she writes lyrics, she writes songs, she has directed telemovies. What else? Many things that I have not done. But when she came into education, I could see that she's going to be a good trainer because she has helped me train in a few places. She's very good. And now she's trying to go on the academic pathway, and I see potential in her. That's why I thought I will introduce her to the forum here. Okay, next. Okay, I think, yeah, when speaking with her, basically, she's my student at the Open University in Malaysia. I am with a university in Jakarta, but because of my association with Open University Malaysia, having created the Masters of Instructional Design and Technology for the last, I think, 8 years, and teaching in the course for the last 7 years, she's one of my students, and she took a course on e-portfolios and going to do research, again, on e-portfolios, creating online courses on e-portfolios. So that's where the joint research comes. It's not really research jointly, but me supervising her work. Okay, next. All right, good teachers will know how to bring out the best in students, and I think e-portfolios is one of the considerations to make. Next. Okay, just very quickly, since we don't have very much time. Next. Okay, it's e-portfolio is a form of active learning. Next. Blended learning. Next. Deep learning. Next. Learning design, when we want to do this learning creation of new courses. It's also a learning space for students. Next. Of course, online learning allows both the students and the lecturers to do the same. Next. Collaborative learning. Next. It's also self-managed learning. Next. So e-portfolio is a very powerful tool to capture both informal, non-formal, and formal learning. And in the process, the students will be also forced to consider other forms of learning and to put it as evidence. And imagine if once a student has an e-portfolio, they go to the employer or potential employer looks at it and wow, it's a different kind of CV. Next. Okay, next. Next. And this is where I think, yeah, it's just so many things that you can say, good things about e-portfolio. Next, I think this is where Qash will be able to show an example of her own e-portfolio. And this is where I saw very huge potential for e-portfolios when used and when designed properly. So through this e-portfolio, you will know Qash better as a person as well. She did this not because of this project, but because of something else. But it's a good example. It's a video file.
You can click here, but we move on to the next one.
Okay. We will post it somewhere, maybe part of the Facebook group, then people can watch it later.
Yes.
Okay, next slide, please. Can we play it? Maybe it's irrespective of what format, actually. Whether it's a Mac or whether it's an Office or Windows.
Yeah. No.
Use light for okay.
What you want to share here? Hello, everybody. Hi, Sayo. Okay. Okay. This
Like what?
I want to share. Is it playing now? Should be.
So just watch this and you will know Qash portfolio class.
Okay. Okay, that all the scene was shot in Langkawi Island, famous island in Malaysia.
Okay, the scenes were from Langkawi Island, yes, in case you're interested. Okay, I'll pass the mic over to Qash. I think we got 3 minutes, yeah? Okay, just 3 minutes.
Okay, hello everyone, good morning. My name is Qash Aris, but this call is Qash. Okay, after this, actually, we have to share with you on the teacher review. But for information, actually, e-portfolio is not a new thing. Portfolio has been initiated and started by an English teacher from France, and then it evolved and being popularized in the United States, Australia, New Zealand, now in Asia, Hong Kong, and hopefully Asian countries, and of course, with the help of the Republic of Korea, we will go further in e-portfolio, either for students or administrators or the whole stakeholders at any higher education institution in Asian and Republic of Korea. Okay, I don't have to go through about the latest definitions of e-portfolio, and then we know that e-portfolio is a workspace, it's a personal space. Actually, it's your Bible, learning Bible for students. They can write everything about their learning journey and learning experience in the informal, non-formal, formal learning. Okay, this one is stakeholder of e-portfolio. We can see it's the whole structure of whole, the whole ecosystem of higher education. The next one is a study. Okay, Wati actually is a pilot study. Yeah, it is based on my research previously, and then together with Prof. Zoraini, she's been helping me on having the good directions and the right directions on how to implement on an online course, short course, but different approach, different pedagogy, because this one is being implemented, executed by a student himself, which is me. And then Prof. Zoraini is, of course, the mentor and to help me to be on the right track of how to develop an online course. So the objective basically is to design and develop an e-portfolio. The one that I showed just now is just a video, which is part of the whole e-portfolio. E-portfolio basically, it has to be in text, images, videos, audios, graphics, animations. It's up to the students on how to present their own e-portfolio, because it's very personal. And then another thing, of course, to enable students to understand and the nature of e-portfolio, what is the general definitions of e-portfolio and the importance of e-portfolio in their learning journey, regardless whether they are at higher education or even at elementary, K-12, even at the lifelong learning journey. And then, of course, the last one is to equip the knowledge in a short period, within 4 weeks. And basically, it's like a hands-on course. It helps the students and participants of this iGraphia to learn how to develop and create their own e-portfolio and have it online, publish it online in a very simple way. And then if you want to understand further, of course, you can Google and have a look at the examples from the rest of the world. Okay, the next one is, of course, the objective just now. And then the design and development of online course. Design and development online course, the methodology, of course, you can see it from the printed version. And then I did a survey before I design and develop the course, because I want to understand the needs of the potential learners and potential students. This is very important because most of you are educators. I'm talking from a learner's perspective, because we as a learners, we want educators to understand our needs. Then only you design how to have the best course so that we can learn better. And of course, we can exchange, collaborate, cooperate with each other. And the next one is very important because actually it's like I'm also doing a hands-on learning. Currently, I'm learning about I'm using 7 Cs learning design framework, which I'm registered and learn. Actually, this is a MOOC course offered by European MOOC, conducted by Professor Grain Connolly from Bath University in UK, very famous instructional designer. So at the same time, I'm learning, and at the same time, I'm learning this course right now currently. And then at the same time, I apply whatever I'm learning right now to design and develop this course. So, you know, it's like this and like this and like this. So everywhere. Okay. And then if you can see, this is basically my promotion for the course. I have it. I promote the course over on Facebook. We have Facebook group. Currently, we have like 24 people. And then participants, of course, the people who have participated for the first survey, the first pre-design survey. And then other than that, we have also students from international schools, and at the same time, I'm using Neo LMS. Roland is very good in Neo LMS. I just got to know it yesterday. But then, because I want to know which one is the best platform to use for participants to study or to learn about e-portfolio. Basically, they don't like official learning management system. So I don't really comfortable with learning management system because it's since my certain 1 minute. Okay, systematic. So we would like to, for educators, to think whether is it possible to incorporate unofficial learning management system or social media network like Facebook or maybe Google Hangouts and everything to incorporate in learning management system so that it becomes not so official and not so formal. Okay, I'm gonna go very quick. The rest of it is about the details of the course overview, the learning outcomes, and then please help me by participate and add yourself on your add yourself on e-portfolio iGraphia Facebook group so that we can learn together. And of course, I think I just want to conclude everything. Basically, this is a very, you can see I'm very passionate about this because we are doing it right now. So hopefully, ASEAN-ROK e-learning forum and people here, all the educators can help me to build a better learning platform other than this new LMS and this Facebook. So, oh yeah, okay. This is actually my third presentation throughout this 1 week. So, and then in January, I'll be presenting the same thing. I mean, of course, with the improvement after a few weeks in January in Oman and maybe in Dubai too. So, that's all. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. I think that's all for now. Hopefully, I can come back again to Korea because I just love the weather. And of course, I try to produce something like Vita Sonata, but okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your participation, presentation. I wish we have enough time to hear. Yeah, sorry.